and welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, this time around in English, as you may already have noticed. And today we are going to have a look at 3 different games again, which will be Robot Crossroad Future, X and Slay, Vikings vs Unicorns, and Cargo Bot. My name is Gerald, and as always I've got a couple of different input devices with me, which is of course, for instance, Arc Mouse. That's just for mouse input or touch input, depending on what game we are going to play. We will use the Foldable keyboard in this case, which is this keyboard here, from keyboard input of course. And there could be a game that could be played with the Xbox One wireless controller, but in this mashup we are not going to have one of those, so this one is staying at the side for now. And at the core of it, we are of course using the Lumia 50XL. You already know about that, with the Mozo cover on it. It's connected using the USB-C connector at the bottom there, with the display dock, which is standing at the side, and that one is connected to the TV again, and like that we are able to play games and do other stuff with it, but of course we are going to play games with it. And yeah, if you want to know more about all of these, please have a look at the corner up there. And yeah, then I would say let's start with the first game. The first game is called Robot Crossroad Future, and it's just another Froggy clone, more or less. It's pretty sweetly done. I like it. From what it is, it's really a simple iteration of it, but it's somehow nicely done. And yeah, you can of course buy it ad-free or just use it like you want. And here you can see the more or less the interface of it. It's really a simple game with only a couple of things to mention here. First off, you're going to use your keyboard keys in general to play this game, because that's the easiest way. You can of course use your finger to swipe and move it around like this, but I would say that the keyboard is much easier to use for this game, and it's more fun, I would say. In the end, you are just going to click on play here. And I'm going to turn around to show you what's going on here. In the end, it's really just about a small little robot, or a couple of different robots you're going to play here. And those are used to, or want to go over the street, as you can see here. Let's turn down the music a little bit. And yeah, all you now have to do is just run around and try to cross the street. It's really pretty straightforward. You're going to die, of course, if you are hitting one of the cars there. It's very important that you are not hitting it from the front or anywhere else, so it doesn't matter if you are going to crash into it or if it is going to crash into you. You just have to go over the street. And you can see you have a couple of different levels you're going to play here, and we have, for instance, 3 lives, and we have a target. So for each and every level you are playing, you have to go 3 times or 5 times or whatever is mentioned there over the street, so cross it, and after that you're going to go to the next level. Yeah, and as you may already have noticed, the playing figure will change if you are going to die, and then it's just another robot you are going to use here. You have 4 robots, and of course you should use your ability to go sideways, otherwise you're not going to be able to get over the street. The next level will of course make it more difficult to go over the street. So for instance, there are going to be more lanes, there are going to be different vehicles going the street there. And yeah, as you can see, now we have 3 lanes, and in some situations you just have to go with the streets here and see what's going on. And this is more or less what this game is all about. Really pretty simple. It's easy to play, everybody can play it, and you can, for instance, give it to children too. But I still like it somehow. The response times are nice, and there's no big delay or something. And it's really fair to play this game, but not that easy that it's more or less just very, very simple or unimportant to play. yeah, and there's not much to tell you here. We are in level 4 now, we have a certain score, of course, we have life. You are not forced to move your character here, so you can just go or leave it where you want. Play it on another day, for instance. And you are just going to be able to play this through. Sometimes you can just go straight through if you are fast enough. Sometimes you have to use really the ability to go left and right here. In most situations, at least in the higher levels. And after a while, you see the scenery is going to change. And yeah, this is more or less all I can say about this game. Fun to play, I like it. It's a good iteration of the Cross the Universe. Very simple, but yeah, just plain well done, if you ask me. And I would say, as you can see, I can play this game for hours, I don't know. As you can see, your character is going to change from time to time if you die. Not from time to time, it's really just always another robot if you are going to kill the first one. Very different robots too, I like that. Nicely done. And I would say, if I get this level done, we are going to, die anyway, because this was my last robot. And as you can see, there's a lot of ads here, so if you want to get rid of them, you can buy to get rid of them, or you just play it with this. After that, you can transmit your score. This is more or less a local scoreline, as I have seen till now, or at least I think it is one. And now you can, for instance, share it on one of Facebook or Twitter, or you just put it in here and you can see this is more or less what your score is like. And you can, of course, go to this. And today I am the only one who has played this, but as you can see, last week there were a couple of other people here going on. And yeah, just have a look at it, try to compete with others, and this is more or less what the game is all about. So let's have a look at the second game in our lineup. The second game is Axe and Slay Vikings versus Unicorns. It's a little bit of a strange game and setup, but still pretty nicely done. It's a faster game, so I will have to turn around here. And now let's see what this is all about. There it is already, Axe and Slash Vikings versus Unicorns. And it's exactly what is told you with the name. So in the end you are fighting as a Viking and you're trying to slash unicorns, and the unicorns are going to try to slash you. So everybody can slash each other here. You have to be very fast, especially with the mouse. For finger it would pretty much be a little bit easier, I think. But other than that, you can see this is a way. If you are hit by a unicorn, for instance, like this, got killed there, you are going to get killed. And of course, in the end, it's about being fast. And as you can see, you are going always in some kind of a weird angle here. So there's always this diagonal, dialogical diameter, whatever you are going to go. So the way is pretty much as it's defined here. I don't know what pattern is really behind that. And as you can see, by killing as many of them as possible, you're going to get a higher score, and that's, this is what it's going to be. After that, if you, for instance, have killed a couple of unicorns, then you can upgrade your Viking. So if I go to this, you can see this is level 1 Viking. You can upgrade it. Or you could, for instance, buy another warrior here, but the warrior needs 100 Vikings to be killed, so I'm going to upgrade this one for now. And I'm not sure what this is all about. We will see what this will help me. Probably he's going to be faster or something, not sure about it. Yeah, he is a lot faster now. I can click on that, and there's no delay, or a smaller delay. till he can hit again, and I think that is more or less what the update does here. And now let's see what we can do. As you can see, you can close to just rightly click around like I did here, and it will bring you to a certain level. That's just because it's really hard to be fast enough with the mouse here. And of course it can be hit very easily. As you can see, there is a little bit of a time till the unicorn is going to hit you, if he's going to try to kill you. And then you can, for instance, try to get away from that, get out of reach, something like that. It's not that easy to do that, just to let you know. And now unicorns are swarming again all over the place. And I'm just more or less spamming my mouse pointer here. And yeah, this is more or less a game. It's really just something for in between fighting, killing stuff, and yeah, very, very fast game, fast-paced game. And if it's very controllable, I would debate about that, because I think it's not very controllable. It's really a little bit of luck thing with a little bit of where you click, of course, but in the end it's not very controllable, but still fun to play. Try it out. It's a nice little addition to your game experience there. So let's have a look at our last game in this mashup, and that's going to be Cargobot. And Cargobot is a pretty unique and interesting game because you are going to learn to program a little bit in this game. So it's all about programming a crane or something that can pull up cargo, for instance. So cargo bot, because of that it's called like that. And you're going to have to program that before the whole process is done, and that is more or less what you are going to have to do here. And you are going to have something like conditional statements, and so on and so forth. And there is more or less a go-to principle in there. I don't like go-to because I'm a programmer myself, and go-to is a very old-fashioned way to program, and it's not very usable today. But in the end, go-to like experiences are implemented there. And for hardware programming, for instance, that might be a good thing. I'm not sure about that because I'm not a hardware programmer, I'm a software programmer. And so let's have a look at the game. I will just want to show it to you. It's demanding, so if you are not into programming at all, you might want to try it out, but yeah, just keep practicing. It's a little kind of mindset you really have to establish to get to play this. I'm going to just turn around again and show you what's going on here. So, what you can see here, this is more or less what this game is going to have to offer for you. You can go to the tutorial. I would highly recommend you to go to the tutorial and try it out. Here, of course, you can, for instance, activate or deactivate the music. It's deactivated from the beginning. Do whatever you want here. And one problem I see here is it's really not the best sound quality, but other than that you can use it or don't use it, it's your thing. And then we are going to have a look at easy in this case, just to show you what's going on here. So first off, we are going to play easy, and here are different levels, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is we are going to do a double flip. So as you can see, this is a game place, whatever. It's not going to react directly to you, so don't try to press one of the buttons on your keyboard or something. That's not going to change anything but going out of the game, for instance. But in the end, what's going to be done here is you have to program it with this toolbox, and then you have to play it like this, and then it's going to work. So let's have a look at this point. What's going on here is you have to get this situation to this situation. This is a goal you're going to have to do, and for that you can, for instance, just tell him what to do. For instance, this is please robot arm go left, down, right, and so on. Program 1, 2, 3 means that this kind of command line is going to be reused, for instance. So this is more or less like a go-to thing. And let's have a look what we're going to do here. As you can see, it's a little bit hard because I can't just use this kind, put it here over here, and everything is fine. Because you have to have a look at the order. So the order should be maintained, and like this we have to do it twice. Okay, so first off, just drag and drop now the different commands you want to be done here. And let's, sorry, not that one. Let's try this out for a second. Once far, once. Okay, now just to show you something so you don't have to guess more or less, I will just run this now. It's going to stop. There is not going to be everything that we want to have done here. It's not important if you need different tries or something. I'm just going to show you what's happening here. Yeah, and this was more or less a programmed commands that should be done by the bot here. So go down one, then go to the right and put the cargo down again. If it's going to hit a cargo, it's always going to grab it, and everything else is more or less done like this later on. There are different options to do this. As you can see, my toolbox is already pretty large. I have, for instance, those things that I can, for instance, just put this into a more or less a while part there. But in the end, let's have a look that we are going to put it in an easy way. If you can, for instance, reuse code and stuff like that, you are going to be rewarded for that. So if, for instance, you can use program run definitions like this would be an infinite loop, I think. Oh no, I'm not sure. Let's try it out. I think it's not an infinite loop because it's only run once then. Ah yes, it is an infinite loop. Okay, so in the end, this is going to destroy our crane then, as you can see, so we have to do it in a different way. And that's not important, so just go down here, stop the part, stop, put away that kind of stuff you don't need and try it again. So this is the first sequence we are going to use here. Put it down, then we of course have to go back. And yeah, this is more or less that. Let's do that again. This is not going to work out, of course, but as you can see, we have now one situation to put it one further or something. So now let's have a look at what this program stuff means here. So this is program 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can use all of them. If I'm going to, for instance, use this now and put it to the second row in this case, I can, for instance, run it twice. So program run, this is a bad solution, sorry. Program run is going to start program 2, and then this is going to run. And if you now want to do it twice, you can just use this again, and you can reuse your code like this. So if I do this, it's probably, let's see if this is already doing what we want. Yeah, and as you can see, this already worked, and we can, like this, do more or less the whole process. So we are just going to put, after stopping, the program 2 part again in, and we have to do it twice because there are still 2 of the boxes left. If we do this now, as you can see, it's going to put everything on this part. And there we are. And if we now do the same with the second part, so more or less the same thing we did here with program 3, but the other way around more or less, or one step to the right, then it should already pretty much work as we want it to work. For that we have different options now. We could, for instance, go with just one part that is going to switch it over and do the same again. So let's go and try this out. If I'm just putting after this a part where it's going to go one further, then it might already work, but the problem with that is that we have to go to the program tree anyway. But we will see what's happening here. So for that we are going to use this. Now we can of course put in 2 additional program runs, but the problem is now we have to go to program 3, otherwise this is already full and like this we can't use it anymore. The other option would be to use something like this and just put something else in. But since we are going to use it all over again, we can't change it in a run or something. So go to program 3 then, and we are going to try to put this in, for instance. And now it's going to run through it. And let's see if it's doing what we want. And as you can see, it's going to do what I wanted it to do. And now we reach the goal more or less, but since we did it in this way and we needed a lot of different steps there, we, like this, did not achieve everything we wanted there. There are different other options to do it. For instance, you can use these parts, which are more or less conditions. So if, for instance, the box is green at the moment, do something, otherwise not. I can show you what that's all about, but to really play it with that, I'm not going to do that at the moment. Let's use this. Let's go down here. And now we can, for instance, have a look at what would happen if I would put in, for instance, a green condition here. The green condition would just say that even though it's going to go here and want to grab the red one, it's not going to grab the red one because the box it is going to get here is not red. Or not green in the end, because the condition, of course, is green. So let's try that out to show you what's happening here. And as you can see, it's not going to do that. Okay, so let's stop this, of course, again. Clear it, for instance, or you just, you can, of course, just change it around. What I really a little bit miss here is that I can, for instance, put something before the program I have already written here. That would be much easier, but whatever. Okay, so what we want to do here is more or less we want to put each and every of those boxes over here and put it just one part back. And that's easy and straightforward too. And this, for instance, means that it doesn't matter which kind of box is used, it's just going to use the box that's already there. This is not the same as if there wouldn't be anything, because of course you want to have as little as possible steps here. So for instance, if I'm going to use this, go like this now. Now I want, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down here so I don't have to do it later on. This is my main program, these are the programs I will use in my main program. So first off, I'm going to go one right, then I'm going to go down. So this is this one, the first one. Then of course we are going to go one back again. And we are of course going to drop it down. And this has to be done several times. So first off, we are just going to do this 3 times. Just to show you what's happening now. It's going to just put all the different red boxes to the first part. Okay, so this would be the first thing to do. And of course we can do it in a row. So even if you are using in program 2, for instance, a couple of different programs here too, it's not going to be important. We are just going to use in program 2, program 3. Okay, like this. And then we can, for instance, just put in program 2 to this part, and this would, for instance, run it too. It's a little bit like a function would be in a programming situation, in a real programming situation. And as you can see, we have program 2, which is going in the program 1 part, so the start here, which is going to activate this part, and this is going to activate this program 3 in this case, and will run it through. Okay, so program 2 is going to run. After that, we can just go one part or 2 parts in the end to the next thing and just do the same. Let's try that out, what's happening. I'm not sure at the moment, but I think it might work, and the blue one might already be ready to be put then. Yeah. Now we can, for instance, just use program 2 again at this case. So do it like this. Now we are going to change red and blue, of course. Oh, that was not what I had intended. Let's see why that is happening. I think it is one time too much. Interesting. Okay, program 2. Not sure why that is happening, but let's try it out. Okay, now it's working. You just have to go one part there. That's the first one. And now we can, of course, do the second one and do the same thing again with just going 1 or 2 parts in this case to the next level. And this is probably going to be a low star level here too. So you have to figure out better ways to do this than I am at the moment. There are a couple of other ways I could think of, but in the end I think this should already do what we want here. And yeah, as you can see, you are going to learn a little bit about programming in this case, and I really like this, and it really is challenging somehow. So try this out. It's really a nice game, especially for children, for instance, if you want to set your mind to informatics stuff, to programming stuff, and so on and so forth. As you can see, there are better ways to do this, and you could try to figure them out. But in the end, this is how the game is played. There are different things like conditions, as I mentioned before. There are other stuff coming in this game, and it's really a pretty nice game, and I wanted to show you that. So this is not really mindless, but pretty difficult already. So I hope you liked it and try it out, because we are at the end of this episode. I hope you had a couple of games which you want to play in this, especially the last one I can highly recommend. And it's just a little bit educational, of course, but in the end it's really interesting to do that. And so try it out. It really was fun, and every game here is more or less a good one. So try them out, and I hope you had fun with them. So and I think I have talked enough, and so have a nice day, have a nice week. Please don't forget to comment, share, of course subscribe if you didn't, and vote it up if you want to. And other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. We will see us in the next episode next week, and so have a nice day, have a nice week, and see you. Bye bye.